Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Saturday live stream. This is a little bit of an impromptu type of video because there's some things that are going on that I think maybe people will be interested in. Let's just jump right into it. So first of all, this is what I woke up to this morning, roughly around 4:30 a.m. And apparently there has been a missile strike to multiple places, multiple military bases in Venezuela. And here's some of that video from what's going on. Just take a listen. This is a little bit graphic, so if this isn't for you, I understand. But we'll talk about this, and we'll talk about what's going on in the market. So this is the strikes that are going on right now for military bases in Venezuela. And usually when I see this stuff on X, I'm not too convinced. So I'm always curious to see, like, is this the reality? Is this AI generated? What is going on? And it seems like as time goes on, we get kind of suckered into all these different things that are happening. And are they real? Are they not real? So you have to go to the source, as always, just for every type of scam and AI stuff that's out there. So to go to the source, I went to Truth Social. And I don't believe that Donald Trump's account was hacked, because I've actually seen this in other publications. But here's what the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, states. The United States of America has successfully carried out a large-scale strike against Venezuela and its leader, President Nicolas Maduro, who has been, along with his wife, captured and flown out of the country. Man, that's crazy. This operation was done in conjunction with U.S. law enforcement. Details to follow. There will be a news conference today at 11 a.m. at Mar-a-Lago. And that would be roughly 3 hours from now. Thank you for attention to this matter, and so on and so forth. So when I read this, I'm like, wow, that just got real. And you would think that we would have some pretty awful days as far as like this news coming out. Now, this is what we have right now as far as price action. You would think there'd be a little bit more of an alarm, but it looks to be going steady so far. This doesn't mean that we can't drop precipitously in the next hour, 2 hours, and especially as we get closer to that news conference at 11 a.m. at Mar-a-Lago. We can just see that Bitcoin's holding right around 90,000, Ethereum 3,000. Actually, things are up, which is kind of crazy. Let me refresh this. I don't think this is right. Yeah, that's right. And we can see that some of the things that are down, just Hyperliquid down 0.1%, HBAR down 1%. But that's nothing in the grand scheme of things. And if we take a look at, let's take a look at CoinGecko to see where we're at. And actually, the entire crypto market is actually up 1.3%, $3.1 trillion. So as this starts to leak out and people start to realize what's going on, maybe we'll see a little bit of a shift. But maybe, just maybe, people are seeing Bitcoin as maybe a risk-off asset finally, like it should be. But then the question you have to ask yourself is, well, if that's a risk-off asset, how is, say, gold and silver? Well, gold and silver markets are closed. However, you can take a look at PAXG, which trades 24/7, 365, tokenized asset linked to gold. And over the last 24 hours, it's actually down 1%. So interesting enough that you would think that gold, which would be a risk-off asset, would be going down. But that, of course, is PAXG, which is tethered to the price of gold. And spot gold, silver are closed right now. So that's what we know so far. But the question I have is, what does this mean geopolitically? This isn't a geopolitical channel. I can't answer that. This is all about what will happen to the markets themselves. And so far, there's relatively resilient, which is, to me, quite refreshing. I like to see that. But the question is, what is this? Now, if you live in Venezuela or family in Venezuela, please chime in the live chat, or if you're watching this afterwards, of course, in the comment section, and tell me what you think this all happens to be, and especially if you have ties to Venezuela or live in Venezuela. Apparently, as I understand it, very poor country, 80%, 90% of people are living below the poverty line. There is very few places where the internet is available. I think it's like 40 to 50% of people actually have internet, but they have rolling blackouts, a lot of infrastructure issues. And of course, this is just the things that I read. I have no idea This is just things that I see. I am not living there, so I can't tell you. So I asked the question, if you live in Venezuela currently or have ties to the country, let me know your take on the current status. What has happened in the last 4 years, few years, both socially and economically. And from that, Juan Sejo says, I'm born and raised in Venezuela and left the country more than 10 years ago because of Chavez. My family, some of them still live in Venezuela, have been crying for hours now of happiness. It's the best day of our entire life. And well, there's a couple things. First of all, again, not a geopolitical challenge, just kind of getting the gauge here. You have to wonder, like, is Juan really from there? And what's great about X is that if you take a look at people's profile and you see like when they joined, you can see that Juan here, he says he doesn't live in Venezuela. Account based in Dominican Republic. Okay. And we'll see if that holds true. There's another one here. Ana Marie Diaz, Venezuelan lawyer, MPA degree, president, coalition. This is what she says is going on there currently right now. And if we take a look, let's see. And these are people cheering in the streets. Again, that's just the information that I have. Well, great. Good for those people. I feel maybe this was, again, I'm not here to debate like the legalities of it. That's for all the geniuses out there. I'm just saying, it looks like these people are very happy. Good for them. And if you take a look at who the Nobel Peace Prize winner is, I believe she was from Venezuela, and the whole thing that she ran on, or not ran on, but has dedicated her life to, was eradicating the inequalities of Venezuela. Again, not a geopolitical channel, just saying. And then I had to ask the question, where is Anna from? Is she from like, Canada or something? No, she's actually from Venezuela, and you can see that joined October 2009. Her account, though, is based in Spain. So just saying, but it looks like she's given her entire life to helping with Venezuela. So that's it for this one. Just want to see that if you're watching this right now, this is pretty early stuff. This happened just a couple of hours ago. So expect the market to respond in a litany of different ways. Right now, it looks like things are holding up pretty well. Hopefully that actually continues on. We'll see what happens. But before we get out of here, I think this is, well, it is still the 12 days of Christmas, right? And I want to thank everybody who has been donating and has been participating in the 12 days of Christmas. Now, the first day we gave away a bunch of Solana, I think like $600 worth. Then we gave away some Tangent cards. Then we had Ivan on, Wes. We had, well, Ben, we gave away a lifetime subscription in the Cryptoverse. Kraken gave away Kraken Plus. CoinLedger gave away Pros. Guy gave away Coinbridge Club. And then yesterday with Maurizio, we gave away around $500, actually $550 worth of Ethereum. So then today, I'm here to help you a little bit, or Aura is here to help you to maintain a little privacy. Now, Aura, I signed up for them like 6 months ago. And I get stuff like this every so often. Hey, there's an unusual transaction on Amazon. This was just like, well, this is December 28th, matter of fact. And I took a look at that. I'm like, that's not mine. And I had to go to Amazon and find out. And it looks like either my account was hacked or my debit card was, I'm not for sure. But I had to shut everything down. And it's a good thing that Aura was there because they notified me immediately. Now, they're going to give you 2 weeks free to check it out, which was, I thought, pretty generous. So there's a link in the description. Just use that. You get 2 weeks free to check it out. And then along with that, you're going to get stuff like this. It'll help you to filter out your text messages from all the nonsense that you get, like Coinbase withdrawal codes, identity monitoring. This was interesting. A dark web scan. Apparently, I've got a bunch of passwords that were in the dark web. Who'd have thunk it? And that forced me to change all my passwords, unfortunately, but I mean, it was good for it. You also get a VPN. So if you're big on privacy, I think this would actually work out pretty well for you. And then, oh, this is a good one. I did this too. You get a free consultation and they go through it and say, hey, we ran some information. It looks like your car registration looks like there's some funny things with it. There's some information with your personal identification. You need to change a bunch of stuff. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that. Thank you. And you can get a whole bunch of stuff. And then also, if you're worried about your kids, I think Aura's got a pretty good plan where you can actually monitor your kids and what they do, trying to be a good parent and get all that stuff going as far as healthy screen time and all that stuff. So yeah, there's a link in the description. You get 2 weeks free. Check it out. And I want to say thanks to Aura for being a part of the 12 days of Christmas. And just a reminder, we've got 2 more days left. And that's it for today. So look, if you like today's video, which I know was kind of a depressing one, thumbs up, subscribe, all that great stuff. Now let's get into a little Q&A, answer your questions. We'll get out of here. What do you got? Right. This giveaway sounds sweet. It's not bad. I mean, it's not, well, I mean, it is free. It's free for 2 weeks. I mean, it's not like $500 given away like we did yesterday. But I mean, no. That was from my wallet. It wasn't like Ethereum Foundation gave me some Ethereum. Although DMs are open. Solana, same thing. BNB, Tron, Justin, if you're out there, I will take as much Tron as you can give me, and I'll give it away. That's it. Shaolin says it right. I just got a scam email from Ledger to talk about this. That's another thing. With Aura, some of my spam email went down. I was pretty happy about that. But they can improve on that, I think, because I get so much spam email. If they could wipe out spam email, I would say this is the best thing of all time. Oh, also, just so you know, like the price is pretty reasonable. It's like 10 to 20 bucks a month. So it's not crazy. Jason Boris says, don't touch Mexican cartels, but drum this up. Yes, I'm so proud. Did you see what happened in Mexico and I think it was a billionaire or very rich person who was, if this video doesn't get demonetized, nothing will. In Mexico, guy was with his daughter and his bodyguard because he refused to pay the cartels. He went into his like Lamborghini, whatever it was, got shot up 200 times, gone off this planet because he wouldn't pay the cartels. Cartels, nothing to mess around with. I still go back and forth, but in El Paso, Texas, which we live in Puerto Rico right now, but when we go back to El Paso, it is the safest city in Texas. And why is that? It's because the cartels want it that way, because they can transfer in and out. They don't want to have any problems with law enforcement. Just telling you, that's just how it is. Yeah. Brian says the Mexican cartels don't play. They wield those chainsaws. This is quite a show so far, I gotta tell you. Ordered a cat litter. Yeah. Sorry about the audio. Looks like something wrong with my microphone. So it's going to sound really bad for a bit. I apologize. Let me see if I can fix this. It's not. Anyhow. Huh, so strange. Well, we got to cut this one early. I'm sorry. I know people hate audio, hate crappy audio, so we'll cut it short. Anyhow, that's it for today. Sorry about the audio thing, but that's what's going on. We'll see what happens later in the day. There's a, don't forget, press release or a press conference at 11 Eastern time. So we'll see what Presidente Trump says. Anyhow, that's it. There's nothing else you can do about this. Get outside and try to stay away from too much social media. Thanks so much, everybody. See you guys in the next one tomorrow with Jerry V. Hall. Hopefully a better microphone.